Hey you. Hi. Good to see you here. So I had an amazing day today. I had a podcast interview with a dear friend of mine, Kayleigh O'Keefe, whose website I'm going to link down to below because I think it would be really cool for you to get to know her. Kayleigh O'Keefe is of Soul Excellence Publishing, and that interview will eventually be here on my YouTube channel, so I'm really excited for you to watch it. So as I was reading Kayleigh's about on her website today, I saw this. She talked about working with this woman named Silbert, who has a website that I'm going to link to down below that's called femininemastery.com. And I think you guys will really like it if you check it out in the About section of this, because there's an archetype quiz. And it's a divine feminine archetype quiz. Think of that in the larger sense of feminine energy, right? So whether you're male or female, you know, as far as sex and gender are concerned in this life, it's appropriate for all of us to take. And I think you guys will really enjoy it. And so you take this archetype quiz, and then I highly recommend to you, once you take the archetype quiz, to go on, and you can pay as little as $1 to become a member of it. And I say that because after you find out what archetype you are, there's like an hour-long audio to integrate all of the archetypes that I just listened to. And if it seems like I am peaceful and glowing at all right now, then you can get that same glow by listening to this. So I'm a hummingbird, and the hummingbird is all about heart energy, which makes sense. It's actually the combination of the heart chakra and the throat chakra. And the other archetypes are, there's the chameleon, which is like root chakra vibes. There's the butterfly, which is sacral chakra vibes. So of course our chakras go root is the bottom chakra, then up to sacral. And then there's the honeybee, which is solar plexus chakra vibes. And then there is the hummingbird, which is heart and throat chakra vibes combined. And then there's the dragonfly, which is like divine intuition. So I would love for you guys to take that quiz. It's free. And, you know, go on to join the membership for as little as $1 if you want to get that audio meditation, because it was really awesome for me. And I would love to hear what your divine archetype is. Listening to this and hearing myself as the hummingbird just made me want to share a couple of things with you. And two things that really stuck out to me. One, it gives you, once it says what archetype you are, it gives you famous people who have also been that archetype. And for the hummingbird, the 5 famous people for me were Amelia Earhart, Maya Angelou, Ellen DeGeneres, Audrey Hepburn, and I can't remember who the 5th one was. It might come to me in a second. And one of the things that she says in this meditation on feminine mastery is, when you see these people that you would like to emanate, and I think that this just relates to anyone that you would like to emanate, right? It's like, so when you see these people, instead of feeling like they have something you don't, the only reason that you can see that they reflect something you want to be is because that's already in you. So instead of anyone who you admire, really, like this is just a beautiful example for this, but when there's anyone who you admire, whether it's, you know, just someone that you want to emanate. And for me, that's a lot of writers like Glennon Doyle and Elizabeth Gilbert and Natalie Goldberg and Annie Lamott and Cheryl Strayed, Virginia Woolf, Clarissa Pinkerton Estes, Mary Oliver, just to name a few, Rupi Kaur. Instead of seeing that as like, oh, there's so far between me and these people that I want to emanate, instead having this feeling of the reason that I resonate and look up to these people is because I already have what they have, just in my own unique and divine way. And so I hope that that helps you. Like whenever anyone is coming into your life, or you're, you know, reading or watching anyone. Peter is getting a drink, if you hear that. Or you're reading or watching anyone who you admire, it's not that, you know, there's this big difference between you and that person that you admire. It's that you already have what they have, and that resonance is what's drawing you there and causing that admiration. Being the hummingbird, and it, you know, it all makes sense, right? It all comes together. My chapter in the book Visionary, which I wrote a chapter in, and I'll put a link down to the book Visionary. You can buy it on Amazon. My chapter, it's a multi-author book, and my chapter is the last one in the book, and I think you guys would really enjoy that book. All of the authors in it, all of those divine feminine leaders. Of course, my chapter is called Living from the Heart, and it's a bit of the story of me starting this YouTube channel, actually, and my time in Guatemala last year. You know, it's living from the heart. And when I talked to Kayleigh today, who is also an author that has been involved in these, well, she has her own publishing company now, and she's been in some of these multi-author books with the publisher Adriana Monique Alvarez, and Kayleigh heard, you know, that I was a hummingbird, and she's like, yep, because, you know, you're all about the heart. And I just wanted to go back to something that I keep bringing up in these videos. And again, I will link down below to the book Meditations on the Tarot, A Journey into Christian Hermeticism, because this whole idea of activating rhythmic being or rhythmic brain rather than intellectual and imaginative as often as possible, whether through the breath or even through just coming and feeling into your heartbeat, or even through tapping a rhythm, is to live from the heart. And it's then that we remember, like, this is it, you know? Like, this is it, like right now. No matter where you're going, no matter how far you have to aspire, no matter how much you haven't done, no matter how much you still feel like you need to do, no matter how many big ideas you have that haven't been made manifest, no matter how many people you still have to meet, or children you have to bear, or, you know, friends you have to connect with, books you have to write, journeys you have to go on. This is it right now. Right now. Because it's all that same rhythm, and it manifests in different songs, you know, or however you want to put it, different ballads, different movies, and yet there's this underlying rhythm, love, presence, that is what projects all of it. That is those eternal building blocks from which the myriad forms are made. And I just want to remind you, as I look out at this beautiful green pine tree out my window and feel this heart energy, it's right now. Everything that you've been looking for, everything that you have been looking for is actually right here. In the beat of your heart, in the flow of your breath. Whatever the specificities are, those are beautiful, you know? Those are wonderful, whatever the story, the narrative, the person, the circumstance, the environment, etc. And below that is the pulsation that begets them. And so, you know, we all feel like we have so much to look forward to or to reminisce upon. And yet, the rhythm, the heart that beat those and will beat those is beating now. I just want to remind you that it's happening right now. There really isn't anything to miss or anything to look forward to that isn't here with you right now. And I've been getting so caught up in stress and anxiety and feeling like there's so many things that I need to do and so many people I need to respond to and so many places I need to be, and just checking in to remind myself that wherever I think I'm going or rushing to or completing, whatever it is that I think I'm looking to find when I'm up here, when I drop into here, into that rhythm, into that effortless conversation with God, effortless concentration on what is, concentration without effort, a sense of rhythm, a sense of play, a sense of presence, a sense of being. I remember that this is it. This is it. And you know, our mind might say to that, like, what? Which is why I invite you to go use your breath, use your heart, come into your heart. And your heart knows exactly what that means. Like, this is it. Whatever quality of feeling you're bringing to right now, that's your experience of it. That's what we're here to cultivate and drop into, because no matter how many things I accomplish or get done, or no matter how beautiful reminiscences of the past were, it's the quality of feeling and being, presence, and that sacred rhythm that beats out these manifestations. That is what really we're here for. No matter how many things I get done, no matter how many messages I respond to, no matter how many checks I check off my checklist before my next adventure, it's still this quality of being and this rhythm at which I am beating that will continue to inform the way that I feel throughout it all. So it's not so much about the lyrics as it is about the beat. And so I encourage you guys to drop down into the heart. I really want to hear what your archetype is. I hope that you take the quiz, and I hope that you guys enjoy the resources I share with you as far as Kayleigh O'Keefe's website and what she is bringing with Soul Excellence Publishing, and as well as Cyndie Silbert, or is it Cynthia Silbert, and Feminine Mastery. And I really want us to share archetypes here and understand, you know, where it is that we're shining and what people have most emanated and most reflected, you know, our divine sort of resonance and purpose here. And again, remembering that these are not people, these people that we look up to in any way, shape, or form in our life are not people that are showing us what we don't have. They're people that are showing us what we do have. And we're just willing to see it in someone else, right? That's easy to see it in someone else. Can you see it in yourself? Can you? All right. I love you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. From my heart to yours.